Dan Tindall from Fourth Dimension. They're not enough. 3 dimensions is not enough.
No, they have to exist in the 4th dimension. And if you want a review of all of these fights that are going on here at Battle Arena 42, remember to tune into addictedotr.com or addictedotr on Facebook, where you can read a write-up of all the events, all the fights that have gone on here at Battle Arena 42. We've got our World, European, and National Championship belts on the line a little bit later on. So be sure to tune in for those. And get the skivvy on addictedotr.com. Addictedotr.com, where adventure and fighting live.
If you judge fighters on their looks, Dan might be the best guy here.
Oh, dear.
Muay Thai shorts, mohawk.
Wicked mohawk.
Tattoos.
Like a carefree mohawk. It's just
Nice
like, I'm going to
tan.
let this hang. Yep, wicked tattoos. Man.
I was a champion of this show, as were you. Neither of us look that tough. He looks way tougher than us.
I think that was one of my my biggest strengths, actually. I've got kind of a, I've got a nice face.
You build puppy dog eyes, they don't hit
Like
you as
you,
hard.
like, you got a pretty face, but you ever seen anything as pretty as me?
I don't get hit.
That's true.
It's hard to hit me when I pull guard.
I just always tried to be very nice, I think. And, you know, you can't divorce your day job from your moonlighting career as a fighter. This guy is obviously a turbo badass. He's the kind of guy that, you know, if you have some trouble on the block, you go and see Dan Tindall and you say, Dan, listen, I'm feeling a little bit intimidated walking down the street. Would you just, you know, get the riffraff out of here? This is the kind of guy who walks old ladies across the street and then beats up the bastards that are following him.
That's 100 kilos of man.
That's a lot of man. Eskild Magnusson. Magnusson, I just love that name. Magnusson from Frontline Academy. An all-arounder, stand-up, 1-0 TKO first round from his first fight. He's looking for a first-round finish again. And you can get the interviews with both Dan Tindall and Eskild Magnusson on Sport Chain on Facebook and YouTube. Check out Sports Chain.
Eskild has come all the way from Norway from this fight, and he is ginormous. And he's from Frontline Academy. These guys, they've sent lots of their students to the Nogi Worlds, came home with 3 silver medals. They won like just a bag load of medals from the London International Open. And they've also got incredible striking as well. It's a really good gym, turning out these giant fighters. And that Norwegian blood, they're built for war.
There's definitely something in that Norwegian blood.
Jesus.
I'd like a vial of it. But this man, this Magnusson is really magnum tonight. He's an absolute beast of a man.
There is no water here, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what he's drinking or eating, but it definitely rhymes with...
maybe both guys.
It rhymes with and alone.
These
guys are amazing.
Neither man is scared of a dumbbell, let's be clear about this.
Love it. This is the best thing, though, about these heavier fighters. You're looking at 100-kilo heavyweight fighters. If it gets out of the first round, that blood's got to pump through all that big muscle.
I keep thinking about fighting for a heavyweight title as
These
a goal.
These guys got dynamite in their hands, Chris. I don't know if
they
you want to
pull
go
my
up
head
against
off.
that.
I'd have to pull guard so quickly.
He looks the part of a fighter. You look the look, let's walk the walk.
You've got to watch these heavy guys. Could be over one heavy jab and that's it.
Big right hand from Magnusson. Favoring that right hand. A little bit of movement, leg kick.
Oh, David, look for the takedown. Those Muay Thai shorts may have been a facade.
Now he's working for double unders. He's got good head position there. Kids at home, if you want a nice tip, sticking the head under the chin there against the cage is an excellent way of tiring your opponent and keeping them out of the grapple game, which Dan Tindall is trying to do.
Both guys, there's 200 kilos right there being smashed into that fence. There's a lot of pressure. It's very exhausting as well, being pressed against the fence. Sometimes it looks like nothing's happening.
But the amount of energy.
Yeah, the amount of energy to hold back.
Imagine 2 celestial bodies smashing into one another at high speeds. I'm sure that's what this looks like to atoms. Tindall firing the knees up the center and looking for right
just pushing the face.
Just incredible strength there from Magnusson. He looks to load up that right hand again, has Tindall's eyes wide. I deadlifted 200 kilos once. Only once. Never again.
Oh, nice little check hook there from Dan.
Yeah, I like that from Dan Tindall. A little check hook, just keeping him busy. Dan Tindall, as long as he stays away from that right hand, is having some good success on the feet. He's kicking the legs. He's mixing it up top and bottom. And you see Magnusson really just favoring that right hand. If he stepped a little further through, he could have landed that one.
Sometimes the heavyweight guys get accused of not being technical, but both these guys look super technical.
This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant, this exchange here. A really good scramble there from the takedown attempt from Dan Tindall. And Magnusson's able to redirect it. Dan Tindall looking to push him off the cage. Just a lot of strength, a lot of muscle being used here in this 3-minute round, first 3-minute round.
So in Battle Arena rules, you can't throw knees to the head, and I think Magnusson I think he was aiming for the body, but I think it snuck through and skimmed the head of Dan.
And Dan Tindall doesn't want the action to stop.
Well,
he's kind of getting a talking to now. This is always an interesting point in a referee. The referee tells you no, and you got to be like, yes, sir, no, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
You want to keep the ref on your side, or at least neutral.
He's going to let it go, he says. Just this once. It looks like he's having a talking to with Tindall. Magnusson. Both guys already breathing heavy.
There's a lot of muscle to move around. I'm impressed they still look so fresh. Both guys still throw power. There.
I want to see Tindall go more to the leg kicks. More to the leg kicks in those exchanges. Right now, he's got to lock his hands together under the hips, like I was saying a bit earlier. Lock the hands under the hips, and then you've got the takedown.
Dan's got some really nice leg kicks.
Ooh, Magnusson coming high with that kick there.
Really impressive with Magnusson's power, but it's a good footwork. He's throwing little feints, his slip punches, he rolled under a couple earlier.
This is absolutely fabulous. Both guys showing an array of skills that will make them successful in martial arts arenas around the world. Magnusson, coming all the way from Norway, is definitely not looking to leave empty-handed. He's got that big right hand that he loads up again and just glances off the guard of Dan Tindall.
Magnusson giving a little smile. Both fighters a lot of respect. Oh,
a little bit of a spin there from Dan Tindall. I was hoping to see the spinning back fist as Magnusson tried to re-engage, but Tindall went for a spinning heel kick instead. This is the thing with Magnusson having loaded up that right hand so many times here in the opening minutes of the first round. It's going to be hard for him to really throw that with any sort of power and conviction later on in the fight.
So these big guys, sometimes they can get tired. It can be a very exciting first round or first half of the first round, and then because they can move so much mass around, they can get very tired. It can be a bit of a slow slugfest, but both of these guys clearly very well conditioned.
That was a tough round to call.
I want some Norwegian meat. I want to look like that.
I know a guy.
I didn't mean like Norwegian women.
Oh, I wish. Anyway, this Dan Tindall, I really like the leg kicks. I think he needs to put more of jab, leg kick, try to establish that. But I just saw a flash of what could lead to Magnusson being the victor here. Dan Tindall tends to throw that leg kick and then follow it up with a left hook. Magnusson slid under top of it, kind of bobbed and weaved it, and they can come up top with a big looping right. And look for Magnusson to try to establish that right early on in this second round coming up.
I wouldn't want to be the one scoring that round. That was a close round. Maybe Magnusson had a little bit more pressure, a little bit more control, but Dan was definitely throwing shots, coming back. Both guys slipping punches, rolling punches. So nice to see big technical fighters.
Yeah, very technical, very strong, both of them. And a lot of power, like we were saying. And those big leg kicks of Dan Tindall, those are going to be starting to take effect. If you just have a little bit of camera work there on the lead leg of Magnusson, you're seeing it already purpling. Getting a bit bloodshot there in the areas where he's landed.
This is a big leg.
Oh, big jab there. And then it comes up high. And now Dan Tindall's got both underhooks. I want to see him use those.
He's looking for a...
Everybody goes to the throws. Throws are a very natural thing, but with underhooks, you've got to look to go to the legs as well.
Yeah, you've got to drop down, get those hands below the hips.
Nice jab there. And there, Magnusson's checking the kicks
now. Nice jab by Magnusson. That landed heavy.
That's it. Both fighters exchanging jabs there. Boom, big left hook.
I think Dan landed a short right as he came in then. Magnusson looks like he's breathing pretty heavy. Maybe Dan looks a little bit fresher of the two.
There's blood coming from the side of the head of Magnusson.
I think that was the short right. Oh, nice little check hook.
Tindall's got to keep in this game. He's got to try to make this last a little longer because it's starting to favor Tindall as things move on in this fight. We see Magnusson's arms hanging heavy. A left hook from Tindall again. Another one lands. There we get a good look at that cut. It's brilliant. It's bleeding. And it's going to be starting to cover that left eye of Magnusson, which might also cover his right.
Dan Tindall's very patient with his striking here. Cover, check. Sorry, little hooks. He'll vary it up. It's not just the same shot over and over again.
There's that kick.
That leg kick.
Big left hook. Big left hook and big right hand.
Oh, Magnusson lands
Oh,
alone.
I think he's hurt him there. He's rocked Tindall into the cage. Two right hands have come through him, through the guard of Tindall there. And a body kick as well. Tindall's eyes wide now. Tindall catches the leg and then looks for the takedown. He gets the trip and drives him into the cage.
Fantastic trip. Really impressive.
That's something that only works in MMA, ladies and gentlemen, with your opponent trying to stand back up. That outside leg trip is absolutely crap for wrestling. But
Dan's trying to keep Magnusson on the floor, but he's really struggling. Magnusson's such a powerful guy.
I reckon let him up and feed him some knees to the body. Knees to the body. There we go. One. And a big looping right hand just glances, maybe skins. And we see, Magnusson even being a bit wobbled.
I think Magnusson's a little bit, cardio-wise, is starting to suffer.
Oh, and then he gets the right hand and he's
stumbled
stumbled him back in.
He's got such weight behind his punches.
Ooh, another right hand sneaks through.
Dan needs to play safe and then throw those little counter hooks that have been working really well for him.
I want to see him go back to the leg kick, Dan Tindall, because he's really wobbled him. He's stepping heavy on that lead leg.
That leg is red as well.
Oh,
big right.
That's not what you got to go for, though. He's got to go leg kick, inside, left jab, leg kick, and then come for the right hand. Inside leg kick, Dan Henderson style, and come over the top with the right hand. 20 seconds left, I'm hearing from their corner.
It's funny, this double jab that they're both landing. Double KO.
Whoa.
This is a hard round to score.
Again, hard round to score, but the takedowns go to Tyndall. No knockdowns and a
Magnusson
stumble.
Definitely stunned him a little bit with a couple of shots.
This is bad for Magnusson. This is bad. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because he's taking some serious leg kicks. He's stepping heavy. He's wobbling. Tindall did definitely. I saw a little bit of pain in the eyes of Tindall there, getting backed up with the double right hands. Guys just going back and forth. This is what I love when you can just push a button. This is like Russia and America having a war. You just need that nuclear bomb to land in New York City.
This is Ballerina, Night of Champions in Birmingham. We are brought to you by Viking Warrior Nutrition, the best place for nutrition and training equipment. And we're also brought to you by the Slaphead and Giraffe podcast. We will be a roundup of this show on the next podcast, and I will give you my fight of the night. There is no cash prize.
And we always want to know what the fight of the night is. And
Terry's winning at the moment.
Every single Battle Arena 42, and every preceding Battle Arena has been a Night of Champions. All these guys are on an upward trajectory in the martial arts world.
These two
get their starts here.
These two are monsters. I mean,
I'm surprised,
physically impressive.
I'm surprised the corner didn't clean that cut a little bit more out of the eye, because with sweat going, blood in the eye is just an awful thing, and that's going to really lead and open up that jab for Tindall.
Plus, it's how it looks to the judges as well. You don't want your fighter being covered in blood.
Tindall dives in with a stiff left jab there, and we're seeing Magnusson step off every time with a little bit of a wobble there.
I think Dan Tindall's cardio is clearly much better. He doesn't even, I know he's covering it well, but he doesn't look like he's breathing that heavy.
Big left hand, big right hand.
Just throwing wild punches now. But Dan's got to be so careful. They keep sneaking through. Both guys are landing. But Dan's looking a little bit heavier on his feet now, but Magnusson's really strong. Oh, big right from Magnusson.
He's just not looking. You see, he's dropping his head on that right hand, so he can't really see where he's planting it. I think it's kind of a no-look right hand.
Dan's got to throw a few of his leg kicks, get him worried about the leg, and then go to the head.
Drop his hands a bit more with the leg kicks.
Boom!
There. Not as much mustard on that leg kick as there has been. I want to see him really turn that leg out. Magnusson dropping his hands on the way in, too.
Dan gets caught when he gets backed up against the cage. He needs to circle time. When he's in the middle, he's fine. Both these guys are real warriors. They've both taken hard shots.
And excellent training, excellent composure on all their parts, because really they are working. They're working at a frenetic pace. A left-right combo lands from Magnusson, and he tries to follow it up with the same. And there's the leg kick, and there's the left hand from Dan Tindall. Dan Tindall again glances the right hand as Magnusson tries to circle away. He circles into that power. And Tindall covering the left side of his face. He's ready for that right hand, and he eats it.
Oh, he got caught with a big right.
I see a bit of a dazed look in Dan Tindall's eyes.
He needs to just cover up, stay composed, and circle, and maybe shoot if he's really been caught that badly. Dan's definitely
everybody looking
a little bit wobbly. Magnusson doesn't really have the gas tank to be pressure him, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, these are the moments where a little bit of a sprint, a little bit extra in the gas tank is going to pay you dividends. And everybody here is inspired by the performance of British and European fighters in the last few years on the world stages. Everybody wants to make their mark. Everybody's ready to fight hard. That's why you're seeing these incredible displays of heart. Michael Bisping, Conor McGregor, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, they've really led the way for European mixed martial arts. And now you're seeing everybody inspired by them. A big left hook lands from Dan Tindall, and he follows it up with a right.
Really
and another
good.
left.
Dan shoots. Interesting. He was landing shots and then chose to shoot. Magnusson's landed the better shots this round, but he looks so heavy on his feet, whereas Dan has circled a little bit more, but probably Magnusson's just piffing this round just a little bit at the moment. Dan needs to just, if he wins this round, he's got a good shot of winning the fight. He needs to put a little bit of pressure, come back just like that, and landed a great right. 2 rights.
Big left hook, right hand combo, the old 2-3-2.
Boom! Big right over the top, just skimmed Magnusson.
You see both men are game. There's a leg kick. Looks like we're going to be going to a decision tonight.
10 seconds left.
Oh, another right hand lands from Magnusson. He backs him into the cage. Could this be the definitive moment in the judges' minds? And they end with Magnusson landing a stiff jab.
Great
Both
fight.
fighters exhausted. Both fighters gave it their all.
Don't like to give my opinion, but I think probably Magnusson just pipped it a little bit. I was wrong earlier tonight.
Factor. Just a sign of the incredible strength of Eskild Magnusson. Absolute beast.
We have a split decision.
What?
For the fighter in the blue corner, Eskild Magnusson.
My hat's off to you, Chris. You called it.
Yeah, because that was obviously the right decision. It was an interesting choice to have one Jones as Stevie Wonder.
How you feeling after that, buddy? 3 tough rounds of action.
I'm not tired at all, man. I'll go again.
Yeah, good fight. I think you landed the cleaner shots, especially to the head. I think that's probably what swayed it for you. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it was a great fight, buddy, so congratulations. Everybody, make some more noise for your winner, Eskild Magnusson.